gentlemen, our next speaker is coming up, and I have to give her a huge shout out because I've been following her for a little while. Not only her, but her husband Michael has touched my life in such a tremendous way. And I'm glad she's up here because now she gets to teach you and touch your lives. So ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Greenberg is a 9-star diamond coach with Team Beachbody. She's also a 3-time elite coach and Success Club 10 All-Star legend. She's also the founder of Fit Family Network, which includes thousands of people across the USA. Jennifer Greenberg has created a family of entrepreneurs, and in just a few short months away, she will be the next $1 million earner. You guys gotta make some noise for that, come on! That's huge. She is also a mother and a wife to Michael, and again, huge inspiration in my life. A former police officer in Knoxville, Tennessee. She was also able to retire him from the police force, where he walked away from a $1 million pension. They continue to grow their team while expanding their financial portfolio with a couple of vacation rental properties in the Smoky Mountains. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jennifer Greenberg!
All of your smiling faces, and it's truly an honor to be here. And I just want to thank Scotty and the Idaho Council for putting this event together and just for making it happen. So thank you for inviting me too. All right, so have you guys ever been in a situation where you wanted to share something with somebody? Like you had a solution to their problem or just some kind of opinion that could help them in their situation, but you got a little nervous or you just kind of started to question yourself, you debated back and forth in your head as to whether or not you should say something or you should speak up about it. Or maybe you're like me and you've been in a group of friends even, and you're having a conversation and you have something to say, you have something to add to the conversation, but you don't speak up because you just get nervous or scared. I know for me, I get these nervous, anxiety butterflies in my stomach, and I feel my palms of my hands start to get sweaty, and I feel my face start to turn red. And it could even be something so simple to just say, yeah, Starbucks is down the street, and I get nervous to say that. It doesn't even have to be something serious like medical advice or anything. So why is that? Why do we second guess ourselves and debate what we know or debate telling somebody our message or our story? And really what it comes down to is that we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves as much as we should, and that's something that I've found out is definitely normal. It's something that we all deal with. We all have insecurities. We all have issues with believing in ourselves and confidence and value in ourselves and what we can offer to other people. So, all right, so it all comes down to, it all comes down to fear, the big F word, the one word that we don't like to hear and talk about, fear. And it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking like a weirdo, fear of sounding dumb, fear of what you're going to say isn't going to come across right, or it's not going to be the right thing that people want to hear from you. And, so we just hold ourselves back because we don't want to speak up, and we just let that take over. So we are most fearful when we put the spotlight on ourselves and we start worrying about what are people going to think? What is she going to think of what I'm wearing? What is she going to think of my hair? What is she going to think of this Facebook post? And we put that spotlight on ourselves and we take it off of what's truly important, which is the message, which is the message that you're wanting to share with a person or a group or a friend or a family member. And that is where you should put that spotlight, is on the person and the message that you're wanting to share. So I want you guys to just take a look around this room. You know, look to your left, your right, behind you. This group of people right here is an amazing group of people that decided to invest in themselves. They took time out of their day, out of their weekend, where, you know, it's important family time and all of those things. But you guys made that decision to invest in yourselves, to make that commitment to grow yourself, your business, and you should give yourself credit for that. That's awesome. I'm proud of you guys for doing that. I know that we have people that traveled really far to be here, and maybe some people that live across the street. But that's awesome, and I think that we need to give ourselves more credit. So give a little evaluation of yourself, of the things that you've accomplished in your life so far. Just think about maybe some goals that you have crushed already this year, or think about some of the lives that you have touched. Think about hugs that you've given. Think about people that you've loved. Think about like even a text message that you sent somebody and you know it brightened their day. You should give yourself credit for that because you added value. So my subject is about, can I add value to others? Yes. You sent a text message to somebody with a smiley face and it made them have a good day. It can be something so simple like that. Everybody here, like I said, you should give yourself credit. You're amazing for being here, and I know that you guys all truly have so much value to offer, but it doesn't matter if I tell you that. It doesn't matter if your spouse or your significant other tells you that, or your coach or your mentor, your best friend. It doesn't matter who tells you that. It has to be you that believes that. It has to be you that believes you have value and that you have something to offer to this world, that you have something to offer to your family, to your business, whatever it is. You have to be the one that knows that there's something inside of you, that you have a message to share that's going to inspire other people. And the reason that I chose this topic today is actually because it's something I struggle with still on maybe not every single day, but it's still a big issue that I have. And one of my mentors, Scotty Hobbs, who you'll hear from more later today, he taught me early on that if you want to learn something, if you want to grow and get better at something, then the best way to do it is to teach it. So that's why I chose this topic today. And just an example of how I struggled with it was just something yesterday that came up. I was filling out a bio that Beachbody had sent out for their elite coaches, and I started filling it out, and it was really easy. Like the first question was, what's your name? Got that one. There's just, you know, some simple things, coach ID, blah, blah, blah. So then I got to this next question that said, what's one thing that's interesting about you? And I just froze. Like, I was like, have no idea. Like, nothing's coming to mind. And I looked at my husband and I'm like, can you answer this one for me because I don't have anything. And he looked at me like I'm crazy. He's like, Jen, you have a million things that are amazing about you, and interesting about you. You can't think of one thing? And I was like, no, not really. And then he even made it worse because he took out his phone and videoed me with a blank stare. And that video went on for like 2 minutes before I got him to cut it off. But that's just an example of how we don't give ourselves credit for the amazing people that we are. And I struggle with it, and really the only way to get over those fears, that insecurity, and that lack of confidence is by just pushing yourself to do something about it. On paper, I look like, you know, a very successful person. You guys heard Sean give me that great introduction of all those things that I've accomplished. And still, I was talking to Doug Moss backstage, it's still something that I deal with on an everyday basis of, do I have value to add to others? And I have to make that decision every day that yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can send a text message and brighten someone's day. I can speak up and tell somebody, hey, I have a solution for you. I know a better way. I have a better option. But the thing is that you have to just start. You build confidence by going for it. And as a side note, the book Just Start by John Acuff is a really good recommendation for that. So another example of the whole confidence thing, if you think about when you learned to ride a bike, or for me, I've been on a quest of learning to snowboard. And I can tell you, I have taken lesson after lesson after lesson. And it's so scary, guys. I don't know if any of you guys are snowboarders or skiers, but strapping 2 feet onto a board and taking yourself up to the top of a mountain so that you can hopefully get down to the bottom of it without like stumbling and falling is really scary. And you can do lessons and you can like take yourself to the bunny slope where the 3 and 4-year-olds are learning how to ski. But until you actually do it, until you actually get on the chairlift and get yourself all the way up, and just go for it, you're not going to develop those skills and you're not going to develop that confidence to start doing it, and to start connecting your turns, and to start just doing it. So it's not the best answer, it's not always the answer that I like to hear, but it is the solution. You just have to start. So here are some actionable tips that you can take to start getting better in this area. So the first thing is positive affirmations, and this is something that I do every day. It sounds kind of weird when you first get started doing it, but I say these things to myself in front of a mirror, and whenever my husband walks in on me, he thinks that I am totally whack. But it makes a difference in your day, because you are starting your day by telling yourself that these are the things that I want to be. So if you start your day by telling yourself that, the rest of the day your actions are going to be in congruence with what these affirmations are. So if you're telling yourself that you're bold, if you're telling yourself that you have value to offer to people, if you're telling yourself that you're awesome, when the day starts happening and those insecurities start coming up, then you can remember, nope, I told myself this morning, I'm awesome. I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm not going to let that negative comment ruin my day. So do this, and I would challenge you guys. I know it sounds weird, and I know it sounds like it wouldn't be that much of a difference maker, but I would challenge you to do it even for just 7 days in a row, and just see if you notice a difference. You have to make your own affirmations and make your own things that are important to you. But you can use these just to get started if you want to, and I think it'll make a huge difference. It has for me. The second thing is, these are a couple of book recommendations, and I didn't think of the Just Start, so make sure you write that one down too. But my first one is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and this book is about being vulnerable and just being willing to be open and honest and sharing your authentic self, and that has helped me tremendously in getting over my fears and insecurities. The second one is Breakout by Joel Osteen, and he's just a really great, relatable guy, easy to read, and helps build up that confidence that you're made for more. And the third one is The Power of Self-Confidence by Brian Tracy. I mean, you can't go wrong with anything by Brian Tracy, but that book in particular is going to help you if you struggle in this area. All right, so I'm closing up, and I want you guys to just picture a present. Like, picture a perfectly wrapped box that you would see at the mall, like during the holiday season, like at the gift wrapping station, where they wrap everything so perfectly, and it's like the paper is crisp, and it has a nice pretty bow on it. So I want you to picture that box, and then I want you to picture inside there's a bunch of little boxes with labels on them.
Oh, it's on the box.
A label is fun. Okay, so there's a bunch of boxes with labels, and they are labels about you, your failures, your dreams, your successes, your experiences, your relationships. Some of you may be thinking, I'm tying that box back up and returning it. But the thing is, those things are what make you. You are a gift. The pretty, the ugly, the good, the bad, everything tied up and wrapped together is a beautiful present. And, okay, there. Oh, you saw it. You can picture it. The point is that you have to picture it. So you are the gift. You are the present. You have something to offer people. You are unique. And you have something that only you can bring to this world. And we need that. We need to hear your message and your story. So don't be afraid to share it. Thank you guys so much for having me. Hope you have a nice